Okay, so now we've completed our increase round and we're ready to begin the body of the hat. So I wanted to mention that the body of the hat is made up of multiples of 18 stitches. So each pattern repeat is going to include 18 stitches. So if you wanted to adjust the body of your hat, you could do so by adjusting by multiples of 18. So the first step is to cable 6 back. So what you do is you slip the first 3 stitches onto your cabling needle and you hold the needle towards the back of your work. And then you knit the next 3 stitches from your left hand needle. 2, 3. Now you want to take that cabling needle and you want to knit the 3 stitches off of the cabling needle. Next, we're going to slip the next stitch purlwise with the yarn towards the back. So put your yarn towards the back and you're going in as if to purl, but instead of purling, you're just simply slipping the stitch off onto the right hand needle. Next, it's a cable 6 front. You slip 3 stitches onto your cabling needle, and instead of holding those stitches towards the back, you hold them towards the front. Then you knit the next 3 stitches from your left hand needle. 1, 2, 3. And now you knit the 3 stitches from the cable needle. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to purl the next 2 stitches. So bring your yarn towards the front, purl 1, 2, and then we're going to slip the next stitch again purlwise. Bring your yarn towards the back of your work, go in as if to purl. You want to make sure that you're going in purlwise and not knitwise, because if you go knitwise, you'll twist your stitch. So you go in as if to purl and slip. And then we purl the next 2. 1, 2. And that's it. You repeat those 18 stitches until you get all the way back around to your stitch marker, and then we will move on to round 2. So now we're ready to begin round 2. This is our easiest round, I would say. All we are doing is knitting and purling in this round. So first we're going to place our stitch marker back onto our needle, and then we are going to knit the next 13 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we purl 2. 1, 2, and now we're going to knit 1, and that was our slip stitch. So for the slip stitch column, you're going to be actually alternating between slipping and knitting, and then purl 2. And then that's it. You just repeat those 18 stitches and meet me back at the end of the round and we'll start round 3. Okay, so for round 3, again, it's another fairly simple round. We're going to knit, slip, and purl our way through. So first we're going to be knitting 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and with our yarn towards the back, we are going to go in purlwise and slip this next stitch. And now we're going to knit 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we will purl 2. Okay, bringing the yarn towards the back, we are going to slip the next stitch purlwise and then purl 2. And that is it. You just repeat those 18 stitches until you reach all the way back around to the stitch marker, and I'll meet you at the end for round 4. Round 4 is the same as round 2. We are going to knit 13, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. So first we're going to start off by knitting 13 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here on the 7th stitch, this is in the previous round, this is the stitch that we slipped. So remember, we alternate between slipping and knitting. So we're going to knit 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now we're going to purl the next 2. 1, 2. And in this round, previous round, that was a slip stitch. We're knitting that one as well. We're knitting 1 and purling 2. Purl 1, purl 2. And there you have it. We just repeat those 18 stitches until we meet all the way back around again at the stitch marker. Round 5 is the exact same as round 3. We are going to knit 6, slip 1 purlwise, knit 6, purl 2, slip 1 purlwise, and purl 2. So let's get started. We're going to knit the first 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep the working yarn towards the back and slip the next stitch purlwise. Then knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring the working yarn towards the front of your work and purl the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. Bring that yarn back. Slip the next stitch purlwise. And then purl the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. And that is it. You just repeat those 18 stitches until you get all the way back to the stitch marker. I will meet you back for round 6. We have made it to round 6, and you will probably start to notice that you can see your column of slip stitches now. So hopefully that's encouraging and you stick with it and keep going. So for round 6, we will cable 6 back, knit 1, cable 6 front, purl 2, knit 1, and purl 2. So first we're going to slip the first 3 stitches onto our cable needle and hold those stitches towards the back of our work. Next, we knit 3 stitches from the left hand needle onto our right hand needle. And then we knit the 3 stitches from our cable needle. 1, 2, 3. So now we knit 1. That was our slip stitch in the previous round. And you can see on the slip stitches there's a bar that forms in the back. So that is a good way to tell if you are on a slip stitch or not. Now we're going to slip the next 3 stitches and hold them towards the front of our work. Knit 3 from our left hand needle onto our right hand needle. 2, 3. And now we are going to knit those 3 stitches off of our cabling needle. One, 2, 3. All right, and now we bring the yarn towards the front of our work and purl the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, knit the next stitch and purl the next 2. And just like that, you keep repeating those 18 stitches until you get all the way back to the stitch marker. Round 7 is the exact same as rounds 3 and 5. You begin by knitting 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to slip this next stitch. It was a knit stitch in the previous round, and so we're going to be slipping this one. Then knit 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we purl 2 stitches. 1, 2, yarn to the back of our work, and we slip this next stitch purlwise. And then purl the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. And just like before, you repeat those 18 stitches until you make it all the way back to the stitch marker. Okay, so now we're ready to begin round 8. It is another simple round. We will be knitting 13, purling 2, knitting 1, and purling 2. So start by knitting 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, Now we will purl the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, then we will knit 1, purl 2. 1, 2. Okay, that's it. You just repeat those steps until you make it all the way back to the stitch marker. We are ready to begin knitting round 9. So we're going to knit 6, slip 1 purlwise, knit 6, purl 2, slip 1 purlwise, and purl 2. So first we knit 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With the yarn towards the back, we're going to slip the next stitch purlwise, then knit 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Purl the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, bring the yarn towards the back, slip the next stitch purlwise, purl 2, 1, 2, and again just repeat those 18 stitches until you make it all the way back to your stitch marker. Okay, for round 10 we will be knitting 13, purling 2, knitting 1, and purling 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, purl 2, 1, 2, knit 1, and purl 2. Okay, just like before, repeat those stitches until you make it back to the stitch marker, and I will meet you for round 11. For round 11, we will knit 6, slip 1 purlwise with the yarn in the back, knit 6, purl 2, slip 1, purl 2. So we begin by knitting 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we can see this was a knit stitch in the prior round, so we will be slipping purlwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 knit stitches. Bring the yarn to the front, purl the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, bring the yarn towards the back of our work, slip the next stitch purlwise, purl 2, 1, 2, and go ahead and repeat that until you get back to the stitch marker, and I'll meet you for the last round. Okay, for round 12 we are going to knit 13, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. So here we go. Knit 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, purl 2, 1, 2, knit 1, purl 2. And just continue those 18 stitches until you make it all the way back to the stitch marker.